Hello, my dear golf nerds of the internet, and welcome to week 5, round 1 here in the TGC Tours Platinum. We are coming off on a really good minus 51 last week, and this week we are going to try and build on that momentum. Track is difficult, track is interesting, and conditions are kind of cranked up. So anything within the minus 10 per round, we are looking to score, hoping for a little bit more if we can get eagles and stuff. But for the purposes of round 1 goal, we will set it simply at minus 10. And then let's go check the conditions. So we are here in the ruins of Spaghetti. And Energizer is one of my favorite designers in the game. So we know we are playing into a really cool track. We go into white tees. These are very close to 7,200 yards. Pins at 1, of course. Very high winds. So an interesting proposition straight out the gate here. Very high. Coming in from the northeast. Fairway is default bouncy. Green is firm. And green speed is moderate. Time of the day is morning. And we are towards default. So a really good track. Difficult conditions. And a minus 10 is the goal. So we'll keep that in mind as we walk to the tee box together. Guys, thank you so much for all the support on the videos lately. If you want to help me a little bit further, please consider leaving a subscription to the channel. Helps me plenty. And we are very, very close to being partnered here on the YouTube. So do that, please, if you can. Timo Chico, Raven. Well, here we are, round 1. Visually stunning. Hole 1 here. And we see that the wind is playing, so we will just aim quite far right, and then we will go get our first fairway. We should get the release to the right from here. Nice. 194 club here is going to be a little bit on the shorter side, but it's okay as long as we don't end up far left. The lie is going to push it right a little bit, but the wind will return it. So here we go. Hopefully it doesn't roll too far. And we, in fact, have qualified on the first. Come on. Just on the high side, I very much approve of that. I very, very much approve of that. Not the birdie we wanted, but still a very good attempt at it. So GG on that. Hole 2 here again. Very dangerous if you end up on the left side. So we'll just end up middle fairway. Now we're gonna get the full release over this hump too, and this is going to be some sort of a flop / pitch situation into this one. It should come all the way down with the backspin. And pin high. Let's go. Let's see if we can get one. One more left here. Oh my days. Woo! I did add one more. I cannot put another one. I cannot put another one there, so heartbreak at the disco, but not too much. 151. This wind is not gonna play much into this pitching wedge. So I'm just going to add a little bit of loft into it. Because the last thing we want to do is be over. This should be really, really nice. And I would say we have put the appropriate amount of D-loft into that. Beautiful stuff. Now let's get our first birdie and all systems go. Playing well. Playing well here, so let's keep this up. Let's keep this up for the remainder of the round. Par 5 here, as you see, this bunker here is quite deliciously on the way. So we will just hit a full backspin and then we will be over the bunker. It should, with the backspin, come very, very nicely to the left, but never be in danger of the rough from the right. So this worked out more than well for us. Got my tempo too, so now it's all up to the shape. Do we have enough shape or not? It's close, but the answer is still no. It's very, very, very close. Very, very close. But the answer, too bad for us, is still no. "12 yards to the hole. We'll just put a full shape. And then we will put this close. We can't hit this too gingerly because otherwise it won't get there. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And as you guys already know, we do not complain about tapping birdies in this particular channel. Hole 5 here, we see all kinds of space in here, so I'm not going to be too scared about the left side here. But of course, I can't also slow it, so this is one of those where we aim a little bit too much to the right, just to make sure we end up in this middle portion here. Good drive now, let's see. So just a little bit of D-loft on. It should always release left from this. Qualified. Good amount of breakthrough here. So again, one of those where you just cannot be too scared. Okay, we needed to make one. We needed to make one. So that hat trick out the gate after missing 2 is the way to be. Sometimes on the 6th, you might end up on the left side bunker. But it's not a shot that we have to be too scared about. So we are just going to go for it. Qualified. And then, one of the most horrifyingly scary shots of my career, the 55-yard flop. Very powerful, that. Extremely powerful. We see a little bit of break there as well, so have to aim for it. This is very, very dangerous. If you hang out anywhere here, it's going to bounce. So we're going to hang out actually very, very far right here. Too far, they should say. And we somehow hit it. So now it's going to be very interesting. Will it stay off the fairway? And on the fairway, and I think it did. That's huge. That's huge for the program. Anything from the left is very dangerous. So it is one club too many there. But it's to the valley you want to be. So anything from the left, I couldn't get there. The lower club, I was always putting downhill. So even if this is now 33 feet, I say that the club is okay. Could it use a little help in the loft situation? Sure. But it's just like if I put a mini loft into that, it might be 10 yards shorter. So even though this is not the greatest, I still wholeheartedly accept this. Wholeheartedly accept this. Just gotta make sure you understand that it's going quite hard behind the hole downhill. So do not go crazy with the power here. And that right is the reason why I don't mind that putt. That's why I don't mind that putt. That is exactly the reason why I don't mind it. Got my tempo almost to a T, so this should give me the uphill putt that I wanted. Yes, that is awesome. Stay there. That is awesome. That is absolutely awesome. Good amount of break at the middle and then like actually a crazy amount in the end. It's gonna come sideways in the end here. So you gotta be like a little bit higher up here than you normally would. Little push by the brain to make sure we are on the high side and such. We miss it. But again, a horrible par 3. Very difficult to score. So a tapping part there, very acceptable again. Scoreable situation here in the 9, especially into this wind, you can get it quite far. And we are once again right on where we need to be. So now we are just hoping for a great, good bounce forward day. And then we are having some sort of a pitch in here. Hopefully we can nail this close. At least we got it over the bump. Are we going to get the spin? Yes, we did. Yes, we did. Come on. That's huge. Absolutely huge. First things first here again, we got to take power off because we never want to give the ball enough power to crack the downhill after the hole. But there is break in the end, so it will actually straighten out nicely. That is incredibly erotic to me. That view right there is exactly the shaft and balls and hole. You guys know what I'm talking about. And some girls too. Hole 10 here is a proposition like no other. You gotta hit it somewhere here for it not to go. So this right here, mega dangerous. Every single cell in me is yelling, layup, layup, layup. But once again, the nether regions are saying this D. So I'm going to play this heavily to the right and hope for the roll. Cannot hit it any better than that. Kick left and go. And then all the way back to the bottom. This is exactly like the script we wrote. This is exactly like the script we wrote. Yes! 19 feet down the hill here, we have checked the line, and the number one thing we want to do here is keep the brakes tight. We never want to give this chance to roll down the hill, so I have to aim a little bit more, just based on the fact that our pace is quite low. One more to the right. I am okay missing this high side. I'm going to give it a little bit more power too, just a little bit. Really good lie. I can't see it that high ever. I can never see that high. I played, in my own opinion, a crazy high line. Maybe when I see the footage again, I'm going to be, again, like, damn, boy, you are so bad at the game. On the 11th, we go. I can play the high side here and watch the green do its job. Little last eyeing to the club selection that we are having the right one. That's where we are going to let the green do its job. And it's an absolute delight of a golf shot. Now we are going to score this too. Benchmark of a well-played, difficult par 4. So I'm going to add just a little bit of loft, and then we will hang out on the right side here. Got my tempo, got my power. It should come down from this red. And another delight. Another delight. Classic right side cup aim here. Good amount of power. Bang, bang, bang. Here we are going to put just a little bit of right to left shape. And then we are going to shape it with the wind into this downhill middle bunker. And we should look closely to a 400-yard stopping spot. With this type of a shape, this type of a bounce, 400 should be available here. And there we go. 414, blaze it. Bang. Not that much though. Now it gotta break the sand and go right. Break the sand and go right. Yes. We get incredibly lucky there. Full miss tempo there. And that's why we get so many yards. Full miss tempo there. And that's like 97% there. It never has a chance to go in because it doesn't quite get there. But that we have to accept. We have to absolutely forever and forever accept that. So here, boys and girls of the dirty basement, there is a lot of situations that can happen. But one of the best things that we found was to hitting it here and then we could chip it up. So I have to risk being in that bunker. This is, of course, looks very precise. Looks very, very precise. And then stop. Okay, that might be the one. Depending on where it ends up, this might be the one. And yes, it is. We are going to hit this pitching wedge chip up the hill here. I know it sounds sick. I know it sounds absolutely sick to be taking a pitching wedge here. But that's what we're going to do. A pitching wedge chip. Little bit too far, but acceptable. Not an easy putt now. Should have stayed a little closer. Should have stayed a little closer. It's one of those where a 7-footer is nasty because he broke the line. He broke the line, so 7-footer became nasty. But nevertheless, we have to aim right side here. That's huge. That is huge, huge, huge. Huge to score double hat-trick. Double hat-trick on the trot here. Absolutely megalomaniac. Extremely, extremely, extremely dangerous, but I'm feeling it. And in my screen, it reads perfect. Now we just gotta hope this uphill stops it before the light rough. Referee is with us today. Referee is with us. Okay. I have a lot of fear for this, so I'm gonna stay on their right side. And then return the ball all the way down. Wow, ref heard us on that one too. That's crazy. That is crazy. Ref heard us on that one too. That was one of my all-time favorite pitches. But now I am afraid. It's breaking so much at the start, but almost none in the end. This is a difficult, difficult putt now. Oh, yeah. That's okay. That's completely okay. It's like such a weird line where the first one is sideways, the last one don't break. So we have to be okay about missing that. Especially on the high side, we have to be okay. Of course, missing that, it's not going to read on the scorecard that we missed that, a difficult one. But we have to be okay with that. We have to be okay with that. Ref has been with us all round, so he can take one back. Hole 16, fairway pound. Beautiful. Needed to check the breath there one more time to make sure we don't get too high up. Little bit slow, but the wind will definitely play it where we want it to, and it's going to be glorious. Stay up there. We have to accept, though, this is a horror hole. So the fact that we missed our tempo and we're still putting for it, we have to accept. We have to accept that. It's going to start left, and then it's going to hard body karate, going to start coming back already early. So here goes. One of the best putts of the round so far. Absolutely fantastic read. So there the minuscule slow bites us in a way where we don't get the tap in, but still the putt is almost easy anyway, even though it's that long. So we can't be too angry about it. Okay, so 163, 173, 183, 188, and has to play 20. Here goes. What a time to hit a tempo. What a time to hit tempo. Okay, let's go this now. Come on. It's good. If we have missed 5-inch away, that means we're playing great golf. Last hole, last available score here. Put the backspin on to make sure we're not too far left. Get my absolute mega shot into the middle of the fairway, and then we get to see it. Beautiful. It even bounced forward for us for this flat spot. We have now the best spot to approach. Now we just can't be left OB or in the sea. Lai is going to take it left. The wind is going to take it back right. And as long as it hits the green, it should be a putt. Oh my yes. Oh my yes, boys. We are in fact putting for it. Let's go. Now it's time to drain one here. all the power off, though. Number one thing here, never, ever, ever in a million years are we excited or allowed to put the ball down the hill here. So it's 1 feet down on a 135er, so it's definitely going to want to go. So be very mindful of your power here. Very mindful. Yes! This to go minus 11, which is 1 more than the high ask we had. Bang, bang, boys. That is huge. Every single miss is a missed putt. There is like no danger in there. There is like no scramble in there. We hit tempo after tempo after tempo, but we do miss a few. This was... At this point, probably we have to be disappointed that that's not a minus 14. That was absolutely awesome. Minus 11 through 1. 1 more than we asked. A little bit heartbreak in my soul for missing those putts. But we have to keep it balanced. We have to keep the hubris in check. We have to keep it in check that if we ask for 10, I cannot be mad about 11. But the hunger grows whilst we eat. And if you want to help me eat, one free way is to subscribe to the YouTube channel here. We are so close to being partnered in the Big White Tees. So if you are enjoying the content, you want to help me, a free click is the best you can do here on the YouTube side. I would also like to invite you to come to Twitch. But there's a disclaimer that ain't free. So check out the info in description, especially if you have a credit card, you have a lot of stuff in your PayPal wallet, and you are able to provide a young golfer on the internet some monetary funds on a monthly basis. I invite you to come. It's only $24.99 per month. So everybody, please come join Twitch. We stream every day starting from 8 a.m. in the morning time of the EST. Lastly, but not leastly, TGCTours.com. That information you can find below too. In my opinion, the best leaderboard system anywhere in the world, where literal thousands of golf nerds do battle against each other on a weekly basis. So yeah. That is going to be the beautiful trio of the sellout. Sub to the tubage, leave a comment and a like on the video. Come hang out with us on Twitch and come play. That is it up until tomorrow, where we attack round 2. But for now, Mokkio is out. Thank you very much. Peace.